welcome back to TFC Plays the Direwolf20 Season 7 pack. Alright. Well, last time out, I got this laser drill and the pre-chargers all set up. I got a tesseract up here to provide power and be a conduit for stuff going back to down there and so on. But I was having a problem in that in spite of having energy, it wasn't working. And then some very helpful soul in the comments provided the solution to the problem. I'm using a RedNet energy cable here because it's a Mine Factory thing, and it just kind of made sense to use Mine Factory power cable. But apparently, it has a problem in that Mine Factory's RedNet energy cable apparently is only good for 1,000 energy per tick. That's not enough. Not even almost by accident, it's not enough. So, the thing to do, get out the Ender energy cable and use that. In fact, I'm going to turn this off until I'm ready for it. Okay. Now, go firing this thing up. Main power, turn it on. It's fully powered. And this thing, it's doing its thing. So how about I head down here and then go in here and check out here. Okay, this is the tesseract that's receiving items, and it's just receiving items. Item mode receive only. Fluid and energy is blocked, and it's coming in here, going to there. It's not super frequent, but it should be happening. Something showing up in here. There was just a bit of ore that showed up in there. Wasn't soon enough to see what kind it was, but yeah, that's something. So now it's working. It's not super duper fast, but it's working. Let's see what. Okay, diamond ore, cool. Of course, I don't know which one of those is just coming in. Certus quartz ore. Alright, great. So what I'm going to end up having to do is either pull this stuff out and fortune it myself, or come up with, well, I probably will fortune it myself to start with. Let me take that Certus quartz stuff out of there and pop it down here. And that's good. Now, what I need to do is come up with a mechanism that will automatically fortune stuff. You know, something that will place the blocks and then use a fortune pickaxe of some description to actually break the blocks, and then, of course, pick up what drops and put it into the system. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. I'm not exactly sure quite how to do that. Well, I know you use a block placer to place it, and then you're going to use something like an autonomous activator or something to use a pickaxe on it to break it. And then something like, well, I don't know, maybe a... oh, you know what I mean. I know what I'm talking about. This thing, the annihilation plane. Yeah. Use that to pick up what drops and put it back into the system. And then the Certus quartz problem will be no more. Let's see. How about Okay, no more in there at the moment. But now, of course, I want to find out just exactly how much of a load on the reactor that thing is. 21.2 KRF a tick. And let me turn that NEI off. Okay, it's draining. So this thing is sucking down power absolutely as fast, just a little bit faster than it can make it. The energy buffer is going to get down to empty. Yeah. So at some point I'm going to want to increase power production capability. And there's ways to do that with like steam turbines and stuff. I'm not even ready to start making steam turbines, but there's something else I do need to do here, and that is to put together a way to shut this thing off. Okay, we've got it sending items, receiving energy, and it is enabled with a low redstone signal. So if I give it a high redstone signal, it will turn off. So if I put a block here, and then on that block I take a wireless receiver. No. Screwdriver, tell me I have a screwdriver. Here we are. There. And now let's set the thing. I'll give it frequency 2. And we'll name it cyan laser. Fine. No. 2 is the cyan laser. Remove that. Set it to 2. Cyan mining laser. There. Now, hop down here, set up a transmitter, set this one to that, get me a lever, throw it down here, turn it on, and it starts the thing going, turn it off, and it cuts, yeah. That will cut it off and let the reactor rebuild its energy backlog here, the energy buffer. So I'm not going to be able to leave that running constantly, or at least, yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to work out a method for doing the getting these things fortuned, and I'm not going to mess with that right this minute, because that's going to, frankly, that's going to take a bunch of trial and error and maybe a little bit of research off camera, maybe a lot, I don't know. I've seen it done a few different ways. I need to work out a way that'll work with what I've got going on here. But there is something else I have been itching to get started with since I started. And I'm finally at a point I've got enough infrastructure going on that I think I can get this done. Let's see. Oh, there was something I need to pick up back in there. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Fast way to get there. I keep forgetting. Okay. Golden lasso. Get 2 of them out. One thing is this guy over here. He's the only one of this crowd still here. And he's the reason, him and his obsession with doors and noise and whatnot, is the reason I had that there. But that produces some unnervingly irritating quiet inside. So, villager, golden lasso. Alright. He is now nicely contained. And I can get him out when I need one later. Now, there's another villager over here in one of the original houses that came with this place, right in here. And I've got him thoroughly blocked in. So let me break that. And now he's contained. And that means, among other things, that I am free to tear that place down. What I want to do is, I've still not worked out the exact details of the building, but there's a good sized building that I want to put together here in this corner of the base. And that's going to mean taking out these farms, which is fine. I don't really need them anymore. They were kind of necessary early on when food was extremely short-handed, short-supplied, and so on. I don't know if there's anybody in this up here, so let me find out real quick. Nope, nobody in here. Okay. That'll suit me just fine. So, between episodes, I'm going to clear out this corner and work out some of the details of what I want to build here, and get a good start on it. And in the meantime, what do I want the building for? The building will be for Thaumcraft, ye old Thaumatorium, and I know for a fact that it needs to be a pretty good sized building because, well, if nothing else, the infusion setup is pretty good sized, and there's other factors that will make it pretty good sized, large sized and whatnot too. Let me put those in there and throw this stuff in here. And so on. Wait, let me get some gravel out of here, by the way. Yeah. A couple of stacks of gravel. And, yeah, that'll do it for right now. No. Use the short way to get up there. And then bat mode, because I'm going to need flying. I want to do something with this that turns it into not quite an eyesore. And give it some kind of a shape. That I can use as a tower. Alright, this isn't exactly circular, which is what I originally had in mind, but there's no law that says a tower has to be circular. Alright, so that's a rough approximation of a tower design, because I don't want to just have that pillar of stone brick up there. And so now, to give myself an outline on the ground to work with, just hit it with gravel all the way around. The gravel falls and creates an outline on the ground that I can use as an outline for a tower to be built here. One of them landed on a torch. How about that? So there's a rough outline of the tower that I'm going to want to build in this place. And actually getting started with building that is something else that I'll be doing off camera. Because I'm really not very certain about it right now. Right now I've got basically the outline of a kind of a diamond-shaped tower, which I think might be interesting. But it will serve as something that will be a whole lot better than just a floating platform or a platform on a 1 block wide pillar of stone brick or whatever else. And I think that will be good. It's going to be kind of extremely tall given the size of the fort, but I'm okay with that. And then on other corners, there will eventually be more of these things that will just, well, for different colored filters, like a yellow filter to get things like glowstone, as an example. Although for glowstone and nether quartz for that matter, there's the nether quarry, which is currently turned off because I've got a lot of those materials right now. But what I want to get started on right now, this episode, is going to be get started with some Thaumcraft stuff. I have been wanting to get going on this for quite a while, and I've decided I don't want to wait anymore. I've been waiting since day one, so that's enough of that. Alright, put these away. Alright, the basic things I'm going to need. Let's see. Some planks. I'm going to need some slabs. And let's see, if I recall correctly. Okay. Put those in there. I'm going to need 3 of these. And for right now, temporarily, I can pick these up and move them later. Okay. That one goes here. And then these 2 will be a research table. And let me see, what am I going to need? I need sticks, or a stick. I need some iron. For nuggets. Two of these iron caps with the stick. Iron cap wooden wand, capacity 25. So it's not super capable, but it's basically your starter wand. Hey, I have a bookcase in here. Great. Okay, so bookcase down, iron wand, right click, bang, Thaumic. Great. And that's the basic in-game manual, research information, whatnot. These mobs called the Peck, that apparently you can do some trading with them and whatnot. Yeah. And then some custom enchantments, haste and repair. Very valuable, that repair. Let's see, plants and trees, talking about great wood and silverwood, shimmer leaf, cinder pearl. Of course, I knew about the cinder pearls. I went very early on, a long time ago, I went on a huge search to find a desert so that I could get a little bit of blaze rod. Frankly, I know I would have been better off to just go ahead and fight some blaze in the nether and get a blaze spawner going. But, whatever. Okay, next up, I am going to need a bit of gold, a bit of glass, just regular glass, regular Minecraft glass. And while that's cooking, some shards. In this case, any shard will do. Alright, a bit of glass, a couple of shards, a couple of gold, and did I get that wrong? Yep, thermometer. The main basic scanning tool, with which you scan things to get research points. And let's see, start out, how about a torch? How about throw the torch down and don't stand so close to it, you pick it up. Oh. Turn that off. Huh? Oh, I had a backup of that, and apparently I picked it up. Anyway, throw that down. Scan it. And we get some research points for Lux. Let's see. Some coal. Okay, some more research points. Grass. That's a good thing to scan next. You need, for understanding this, you need to pardon the interruption there, but you know, it's the strangest thing. When is the one time there's most likely to be somebody coming to the door? When you're doing something and can't really just get up and deal with it. Of course. Anyway, last time out, just a little bit ago, I tried to scan grass block, and it says down there in the lower left corner, to understand this, you need to study the sources of life. Okay. I can think of one source of life that might be reasonable. Get out seeds. And throw seeds out there and try scanning that. Sources of life. Okay, what source of life are we talking about here? Seeds apparently is not it. How about egg? Oh, for crying out loud. That doesn't quite, you know, seeds, sources of life. All right. What sources of life are we talking about? Plants? Well, that qualifies as seeds. How about water? We've got aqua from water. Okay. Okay, now this is odd. How about dirt? All right. Now, a while back in the Hermitcraft Infinity series, I made basically a series of tutorials and whatnot, getting started with Thaumcraft, and I was actually trying to follow that same order of scanning things, but apparently between the version of Thaumcraft used then and the version that I have now, there's been a little change or two here. Okay. Stone stairs, cobblestone, rubber wood. Nah, no. Okay, how about dark oak planks? No. How about the door? Okay. Let's see, things that move. Hey, how about I go to the next step with getting some materials together? Get me some glass. Here we go. 3 glass bottles, and ink sac. Oh, come on. No feathers? I could have sworn I had found feathers at one point. Well, I've got one. That'll do for starters. So, glass bottle, ink sac, and feather, scribing tools, and that's necessary with the research. You take the scribing tools, right click on there, bang, got the research table. Okay, and let's see, if I'm not mistaken, you right click on this table with the wand and it becomes the arcane work table, which also is capable of holding the thing. It's basically a Thaumcraft version of a crafting table. It can be used as a regular vanilla crafting table, but it's also for stuff that requires Thaumic stuff going on. Okay, now let's see. This is all the different aspects and how many points worth that I have of each one. And let's see, another... okay. This is odd. Need to study the sources of life. But what source of life are you talking about? Okay. I hate it when things get vague like that. I really do. Advanced node tapping, research expertise. You need scribing tools and paper to get your research notes. Thaumic, how to get that, and so on. Okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit of looking around to find out what is this more information about life stuff. Alright, I think I got it here. In the research table, you've got these lists of aspects that you have here, and they're used for doing research by way of solving the puzzles that show up over here. But you can also do something else. If I take Aqua and put it over here, and Terra, that will put it over here. I click here, and that creates Victus, which is life. Now, let's see if the seeds will scan now. Yes. That's great. So, that's what I was missing, was you have to have the knowledge of Victus in order to be able to scan the other thing. And let's see. Okay. Shard. How about this? Collect the shards. In this order, so that I get one of each. Well, okay, I got more than one of each. But each shard will have its own aspect. Oh. Need to study magical things. Okay, let's try doing another combination or two here. Let's see. Air and Ordo. I didn't notice which one it got there, but okay. Let's see. I need Cognito, and I believe I can get that one from paper. Need to study spirits. Soul sand should be good for that. Need to study the nature of death. Okay. So if I take Victus and Perdito, which is life and entropy. Bang. There's death. Now let's try scanning this stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's try the shards again. Need to study material things. Alright, what do we got here? Ignis, Spiritus, combine that. There's the Cognito, okay. And then Spiritus and Mortis. Unclick those. Spiritus, Mortis, combine that. That should have done something, but I didn't see it do anything. Okay, going on. Let's see. Victus and Motus. Okay, that got Bestia. Alright. Need to study empty things. Okay. Scan the chest. Alright. Now try the Order Shard. Alright. Let's try the Greed Shard. Need to study man. Something with Humanus. Let's try that. And some Rotten Flesh. Some bone meal. Alright, bone meal. Okay, the rotten flesh, and try the chunk of flesh from Biomes of Plenty. Nothing can be learned from that. Okay, the slow sand, I already did that. Okay, now the greed shard. Need to study food, huh? Okay, earth shard. Got that one. Entropy. Alright. Fire. And water. And air shard. Yeah. Doing better now. I should be able to scan a lot more things. Need to study food. Okay. What have I got here that qualifies as food? How about cooked chicken, cooked pork chop? Let's get out some leather and this and some of these other things and throw them out here and scan them. That's basically what you do, is you just scan everything. And like I said, I did used to know. Okay, tools. Okay. Flint. Alright, now try this. How about here? Oh, that's got a lot in it. And that. And that. The bed. Item frame, that's good for something. And let's see, the gold chest. Alright, well, it's a start, and that's basically what I'm going to have to do a lot of to unlock more things that I can deal with, and also to collect large quantities of research points in here that I will be using in research going forward. And honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do, and I know how entertaining it is not to watch that, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here and basically let that thing run for a while, let it soak up everything out of the reactor it can, and get some Certus quartz going. As a matter of fact, well, I'm up to 10 Certus quartz ore, and so let me just go ahead and throw this stuff back in here. And drop this ore down here and get this fortuned up. It's a little bit slower way of doing things, but it works. And I will also be looking into just exactly what is the best way to automatically fortune this stuff. And I'll get the Thaumcraft building laid out, at least lay out a foundation and come up with an idea of how I want to do that, and so on. So, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.